He's trying to get me canceled.
He is.
God damn it, Blake. I told you about this.
Oh, I know comedy.
A whore.
That's my chopper.
He's not just some dingbat I found on the strip.
It's a dingbat.
Your body rots your brain, rots your immortal soul.
Oh, Paxton.
He's special.
You know, I'm fat.
Because I'm fat.
I don't know. I think a lot of people were socially sick.
You said you went into this rabbit hole.
Pen looks like a pen I used to have, and it had the thing cracked off at the same.
Oh, I crack all of them.
I'm not accusing you, but
this one.
Oh, where's this from? It's a bank.
It's my job.
Oh, okay, that's not mine.
You can have it. I'll give this to you. From my company to you.
I think I lost the one that looks like it.
These are the best pens.
I might take you up on it. Yeah, see what I'm saying now? You could, if you get Me Too'd, if anything comes out, you just bought yourself permanent goodwill from Tom Murphy.
Yes. Hell yeah. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Do you have a stamp for that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
watch.
get it
Once the
stamped on my
cameras
ass
get
cheek.
off, you're gonna be like, you don't actually expect me to give you the pen. and then enemy for life. Fucking.
An enemy for life.
I'm gonna be the one to Me Too you if you fucking retract that pen. I mean, he
just
said
start
he'd give me
coming
a
up.
pen, and then the cameras were off, and then he said, "Well, where do you want the pen? I'm gonna put it in your." And I was like, "No, please don't." And then he.
I mean, that is the plan for after the cameras turn off. But I thought that
You're
was
gonna
going to
put
be
the pen in my ass.
Yeah, I thought that would be fun. Did we talk about that?
This is fine. I'm not gonna do it. Because like on YouTube, you can't it'll get like pumped down in the algorithm or whatever, right? If you say certain words. What if like I was just aggressively deep throating this pen, and that's what the whole video was, just being on with the pen?
Well, it can't be that bad.
Would that be like fine? They'd be like, well, they didn't say.
I think that's fine because Nick Hawk deep throated that banana menorah right there, and nothing happened.
Yeah,
Granted, it was a
it's a lot
very
more commitment than I have. I'll do the pen maybe, but
It was a very beautiful commitment to gays for Jews, but it was very nice. It was a moving, touching moment.
oh, is that he was supporting the Jewish people?
That's how
that's a menorah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Would a practicing Jew use that like a novelty menorah?
It does seem a little, and by
Might
a
be
little I mean a
anti-Semitic.
lot, like sacrilegious.
And it's not even circumcised.
It's
You got this thing too. See, like I'd be more open to fisting if this was what we were talking about. You know?
we got to train that. Right. Yeah, you can't just throw the whole thing up there. I haven't cleaned it yet.
Yeah, that was the most like I've never had a homophobic bone in my body, which is funny because that phrase sounds gay. But like the
I had a
closest
couple homo bones in my body if you get it.
closest I ever had to it was like when I like found out about fisting or like stumbled on a video. I was like, but I guess every sexual orientation can do that, right?
Yeah, but also at that point, that's not even sexual. I do just want to watch it just to see a feat of nature.
Oh, it's upsetting.
You can't just sit there and respect the fact that a whole fist is going up someone's pooper. That's incredible. Like that doesn't belong.
Yeah,
That's that's some Chris Angel shit in my head.
Well, I don't respect him either, but
You don't want to get mind freaked.
I
You don't want to get mind freak offed.
Or like I have a friend who's a furry.
Okay. Yuck.
And was a gay guy when I met him, and then I didn't even think twice about it.
Was a gay guy? He's not gay anymore. Or is it-
Transitioned as a woman now.
Gotcha.
But yeah, either of those say like transitioning, gay, any of that, like none of that. It's like okay.
Were they a furry before they transitioned?
Yeah, I think they were always a furry.
Okay,
But
that's
that
the
furry,
one thing.
The furry thing was like what, and I told her this. I was like, I am so much more bigoted against that than like you tell me you're a furry and I'm like, fuck are you like it's. Actually, I've been to 2 furry conventions. Once with them, and
Really?
once by accident. Yeah,
Probably so much fun.
it's a fun time. Well, it's fun too. I look kooky enough that there was people giving me looks at the furry convention. What the fuck's this weirdo doing here?
What's the Irish doc from fucking Back to the Future doing here?
Back to the Future, try to undo the famine or something. I don't know what that would be with. Now, Back to the Future, if it was Irish guys, it would just be like he goes back in time and then his mother starts trying to have sex with him and then they live happily ever after because we're a very mother-loving culture.
Is that y'all's thing? So Arkansas has
my
cousin
experience,
fuckers in
Irish
Ireland?
guys tend to like their mothers a lot. It's kind of more matriarchal than a lot of other. I think a lot of Catholic ethnicities are like kind of quasi matriarchal. where it's like the men tend to be more like kind of shut down emotionally. So
that does make sense. I mean, Catholicism does teach a lot about like the mother of
Mary. And,
Mother Mary and all of them, and like the not naturalistic, nurturing nature of all of that. So that would make sense that they would have such like a strong connection to moms.
Yeah, it's yeah. Were you Protestant?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's Protestant.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, as far as Catholics are concerned.
What is Protestant? I don't even know. I was just like,
I mean, I've heard some Catholics even use it for like just anybody who's not Catholic, but it's supposed to be like,
it's like the word goy for Jewish
like
people.
you walk in on your kid doing a seance or fucking pentagram on the floor, and you're like, "What are you, a Presbyterian now?" I did truly think that when I was a kid, because the way that Protestantism was talked about to me by some people, it was like I really thought that like there was like you're either Catholic or you worship the devil. I thought those were like the two. And there was a Protestant kid at our school because I was in Catholic school, and then and he was like a cool kid and everybody liked it. But then my mom was like, "Well, just because people aren't Catholic doesn't mean they." But then like I had enough stuff in my head from the church that I was like, because my mom was telling me this, I was like, "Why is my mom okay with Satan? Like, why is she okay with it? Why is she telling me that that's fine?" I started looking at her sideways,
and that's when you lost Catholicism because you lost it against your mom.
Looking at it's this paradox. Yeah, it's a snake fucking its own mom. But
I did want to. I will say for the thing about furries, if I'm gonna give them anything, I'll give them this: my dick. No, I gotta give them the fact that they have the confidence to do it in public. That shit's crazy.
Well, they got a big fucking mascot head on while they're doing it in public. So.
Well, but there are some furries that just like maybe it's not. Maybe
the
they're
ones
not
who are like doing the more
furry.
humanoid furry thing.
Yeah, they're wearing like dog collars, or even
Yeah.
one time, only once have I seen someone being walked on a leash.
Yeah,
and it was at a gay club, so it was like the environment for it somewhat.
That'd be so uncomfortable. Like you're talking about the leash kid thing. I feel like if you wanted to make no person in America ever walk their kid on a leash again, just book them a room at a hotel where a furry convention's going on, and then they'll show up with their kid on the leash, and they're like, "Oh, this is." Just try not to run too far. Yeah, no, we're taking this off. This is
It's also funny imagining that gay person on a leash. It's not sexual at all. He's just still a spaz.
it's like my boyfriend. He runs all over the store. I can never find him.
He's a wonderful guy. He means well, but we can't get him to calm down. He's just humping people's legs.
Well, that's kind of my thing or just any kind of kink thing. Like I'm very accepting of whatever people are into. That's fine. And but the minute you start bringing it outside the bedroom, whether you're involving me in it, and that's fine. You can do that, and I actually kind of like it because I think it's funny. Like I like encountering it in the wild. But I
don't want it happening.
I can point at you and laugh. Like, totally. So there's nothing hateful about me being, because it's like there's no expectation of like. I think that's even what they want. Or like my brother had. This was the second time I went to a furry convention. This was by accident. We just happened to be at a hotel where there's a furry convention.
Oh, buddy, they're always by accident. By when you ask.
Yeah. But it was. And I wasn't there for this, but they got on the elevator.
Chris, did you hear that? One of the cameras just shut off. I think.
Oh, there's some furries right there. Look at that. They were on the elevator at the hotel, and. I might be becoming a furry. This shouldn't be as distracting to me. But they were on the elevator at the hotel, and then this guy gets in with another guy who's got like a S&M mask type shit, like Pulp Fiction.
I was just about to ask, like Pulp Fiction Gimp.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he's like got that kind of get up on, and then gets on the elevator with the other guy, and then the other guy says, "Press the button for our floor, nerd." And then the guy like presses the button, and then he's like, "Everyone in here is disgusted with you, nerd." And then my brother said he was just like, my sister-in-law was just standing like, and my brother said he's just like trying not to laugh to her. What the fuck?
And the gimp saying this, or the furry?
No, the other guy is saying it to the gimp. I think the other guy was just dressed normal. He hadn't gotten into his show here yet.
I thought you were saying this was a battle between a furry and a gimp, and like that's their racism. Is like, oh, you're not furry, no furry, no fucking time for
a
you.
compliment to a gimp. The gimp would like that. You know what I mean? So it would. I think it's. If you were trying to be hostile to a gimp, you'd have to be
nice to him, I guess.
Yeah, that would be. I try to be polite by nature. That would be. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. If a guy was like insisting I call him a piece, I'd be like, I'm not doing that.
I thought you were about to say, like, I tried to be a gimp, and it just, just the idea
Tell
of
you once those big backs whip shops came into town, it was game over for the little guy.
Hey, could I get a little
My
bit of
father
a
was a
bigger
gimp.
back? Say, I don't mind crunching up a little bit, but just a little bit more
Yeah,
space.
need a little more leg room.
It'd be nice.
Thought I was asking him because he thought I wanted him to say no. You know,
Right.
it does get very confusing.
It's not that big of a deal. I just sneezed one time and I hit my head, and just a little bit of space.
Just keep it in a box, and then I don't know. I've known people who are really into the kink stuff, but it's like some of them where it's like it goes outside the bed, where like they're wanting to like you're standing in line at like a yogurt shop, and then someone's like, "Can I get the big yogurt, Daddy?" And it's like, I don't. There's actual kids here with their fathers. Don't fucking pretend, you know.
Yeah, you can't say that in public, in the wild.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And yeah, they're just like the people that bring it out of the bedroom too. I don't understand that. In the slide, you're like, why are you making in this our thing? Why is this the public's thing?
Right. It's because it's almost like I feel like sometimes with some of like kink stuff or different. But it's like there's some people who I feel like almost like watched like Fox News or like listened to Rush Limbaugh like in the 90s. And then everything they were saying about like, if we allow gay marriage, there's going to be people coming into the schools on whips and chains. And like, there's people who like heard that shit in the 90s, like the ridiculous shit of like, you can't let them get married because then everything. And they heard that, they were like,
and the worst
we should do that. We should go. We should go fucking be weirdly sexual in front of everyone. Like,
Right, just not in schools. Yeah. No, the worst thing that ever came of all the 90s shit, too, is just drag queens wanting to read to children.
Yeah. I think that's... Well, my understanding is a lot of that isn't even... It's like not even to do with trans. It's just for some reason, like some people find it funny to have a guy dress up and read to kids, which I don't get it. But like,
is it a trans... Are you saying it's a...
I'm saying I don't think it's even predominantly actual trans people.
Yeah, I think it's a drag queen thing.
Yeah, I think in some cases not even drag. It's just like guys who like you have like one of the dads from the school put on a dress and read to the kids. It's like, ha, daddy's in a dress. Whatever, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah, like
and I think it's reinforcing the gender binary. It's like, of course, it's hilarious because he's a man and men don't wear dresses. You know,
it's pretty funny though.
I never found it that funny. The whole like man in a dress thing. I just never.
I put one on for this podcast at one point, and it made me giggle for...
Yeah, actually, someone told me about
5 seconds. It made me giggle for all of 5 seconds, and then I had to do an hour in a dress, and it was just awful.
Yeah.
And then I had to imagine the poor lady that owned that before me, because I got it from Goodwill. I mean, just a lady that's built like a fucking shit brick house. And...
Yeah, you're in decent shape.
No. Stop that. But... imagining a woman my size...
It's not. That wouldn't be. You're built like a woman.
I'll pull my pants off right now,
built
Tom.
like a little girl, little girl man, little girl boy.
You can put that pen up my ass if you want to. We do have a Gatreon section of the podcast that we just.
I think it'd be fun if you put this in someone's ass. I feel like it'd be like. That's my sister. Or if you put this in someone's ass, and then and they're like, yeah, deeper, and then you just go like this. Fine. Yeah, that's it.
I'm just imagining like shoving something up your ass and that being a good thing, but the ink explodes and that's the problem. Like, now I need to get ink out of my ass.
Anything up that's putting stuff in there, I don't know. It's tricky.
I get my own fingers up there to clean it, and that's the only thing that's it's on
really
my
obsessed with hygiene.
What?
How far in?
I got hemorrhoid.
I got hemorrhoids too.
The first tip. I won't go past that, but like.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not even in your ass.
I'm really more just rimming the bowl, if anything. It's like getting that last little bit of peanut
I think
butter.
that's part of what exacerbates hemorrhoids, though, is like
Overworking them?
Is wiping too deep. I would tell.
I do.
I don't want there to be any shit whatsoever, so I tend to wipe real hard.
Yeah, I'll take a little bit of blood rather than poop coming out.
Yeah, it's no, it's the worst. If have you ever had one where I can't remember what it's called, where it's where like a clot gets into the hemorrhoid?
No.
It is the most painful fucking thing I've ever experienced in my
Jesus.
life. It's
like if you're doing nothing, it's still hurting, or like just when you like sit and
just walking, like I was having to like. I was having to like move like that, like if I was trying to get out of a chair, I was having to just like slide. And then, did you ever play Soul Calibur?
No, I don't think so.
Did you ever play Soul Calibur? Oh, this is not what. Well, for the viewers at home, Voldo. I had to move like Voldo.
Isn't that always fun when you think you've got a reference and then you realize like, oh, no one's seen this one movie.
Well, that's the thing is that references, I feel like the quality of a reference is it's this weird paradox where it's like the more obscure the reference is, but as long as enough people know it, that's the best reference.
Yep.
You want a reference that's so much obscure.
You want to be somewhat of a niche nightmare.
But then if nobody knows it, if everybody knows it, like if you're just like, hey, this is like... hey, you know, you remind me of Joey from Friends.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be like, glad he's so like Joey. Like, that's not, but if you're like, hey, remember that doctor on Dharma and Greg or something, then the laughs come out. It's got to be like a lot, relatively obscure, but not obscure, or like an obscure aspect of a thing a lot of people have seen, maybe.
Yeah, the reference dictates what your audience is. No, well, that's not what I mean.
Or the audience calls the tune.
Yeah, the audience kind of plays how good of a reference it is.
Yeah.
Which is
I've
a
never
fun.
had a good reference in my fucking life.
Mine are either, like you said, way too just like everyone knows that, and it's like an in the moment thing, or like it's just I'm bringing up the thing that no one ever saw. It's like I'm bringing up a movie that was just made for me that I bought at a video store, and I was the only person that saw it.
I feel like the most kind of it's. There Will Be Blood, No Country for Old Men. Both perfect names for movies about hemorrhoids, by the way. And then...
From Dusk Till Dawn. Let's just keep naming hemorrhoid movies. Red October.
Oh, Hunt for Red October, yeah. 16 Candles because of the burning.
127 hours.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a stretch.
I've had them that bad for that long, man.
I'd cut them off on my if it got stuck too. I'd love.
You'd cut them off?
No, I would.
Oh, you would? Yeah. It was like a marble. It was bad. That was the most pain I've ever been in my life. And then I talked to a woman who said that she's had them like that before, and she said it was more painful than childbirth.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Take
if
that,
I ever
women.
have kids, I'm going to say, stop your moaning and complaining.
I
push
too
too hard
one
when
time.
I shit, okay? And so I know what this is like.
Oh, honey, I get it. Don't worry.
I was so bad. I was screaming like from the other room, like my roommate thought I was dying. It was so fucking painful. And then I was having nightmares related to. I was having this nightmare. It didn't start as a nightmare, but I was having this dream because I had to sleep so weird because it would just a slightly wrong adjustment of my body, and it was just this insane shooting pain. And I had this dream where, and I'm guessing I must have rolled over in the dream or something, where it's like your subconscious just integrates your pain into the dream.
Yep.
So I was driving railroad spikes. I was like working on the railroad.
And you missed it. It went in your ass.
So I brought the hammer down on the spike, and then it was like the reverberation of the hammer coursed through my body. And then I just felt this, and then I woke up, and never got the railroad done either. Yeah. The Irish did. It was the Irish and the Chinese built the railroads. We don't usually.
The Irish were a part of that too.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
about the Chinese people.
Yeah. It's we don't get enough credit for that.
We don't, and that's tougher for y'all because y'all are even more melaninely challenged.
Yeah,
Those are tough long days with floppy hats.
It's rough. I don't know if they let them have sun hats. was like, here's a tasteful hat from Lululemon before we throw all of your bodies at the engine of capitalism.
Well, they specifically wouldn't be giving him Lululemon. You heard the story about that, right?
Wait, what?
The guy that made Lululemon called it Lululemon because he specifically thought it was hilarious that Asian people wouldn't be able to pronounce it.
Seriously?
Chris, can you look this up?
The name of of a store is just a racist joke?
Yes. The name of this very successful clothing brand that every woman knows about and talks about is actually just some guy's fucking, like, Mickey, who was it? Mickey Rourke that played the really bad Asian guy on Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Oh, yeah. That's one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen.
It's so bad.
So I love about that movie because it's like a chick movie, but it's got something for the fellas. Just like, hey, look at this insane race. Because it doesn't even fit with the rest of the movie. The rest of the movie is like, when we go to Tiffany's, it's like this. And he just comes out, it's nuts. Because it doesn't even make sense for the movie. It's like usually when you see racist depictions in movies, you're like, oh, well, it was of the time. But it's like, that doesn't look of the time. That doesn't look anything.
That was just like the 70s.
That's just him fucking being like, hey, I got an idea. He made a choice, as actors often do. But that, no, it's just hilarious that the founder of Lululemon.
Yeah.
He's like on an Opie and Anthony subreddit. You know what I mean? Like I know the type of guy who, if he had enough money, would. Usually these types of guys don't have enough money to open their own chain of women's clothing stores. But
I've been around a couple people while they were on coke and met people that were surprisingly not that bad, but at the moment they were motivated. And this guy was just a bad one. He's just like, you know what? You know, it'd be hilarious if I made the best leggings in the world, but Asians can't say Ruru Remon. That's their new fucking joke.
Yeah.
That's where he's making millions of dollars. Okay, so could you scroll up just a
Chip
little
Wilson, that does sound like a fucking guy who would be.
Of course it's Chip Wilson. No one's been named Chip since this. Based on controversy in a 2004 interview where
it's amusing to watch people of Japanese descent pronounce it. I'm sure that's how he put it, too, when he was naming it. Would it be amusing to watch, perchance, people of Japanese descent, Japanese Americans, to watch? I'm sure that's all his verbiage.
And that's such
just
a
from
crazy...
his statement. Stated that he just him.
It's funny to watch them try and say it.
Notice he's trying not to fuck up his Chinese market, too. He's like, 'cause I'm sure they're selling that shit over there. He's like, to watch people of Japanese descent.
Exactly. Like,
after everything they did in the war, you know.
This is just kind of my, what's the word? I guess ignorance to it. Is that just like a Japanese stereotype? I thought that was an all-Asian stereotype.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. No, I think that's him trying to cover his. I'm not even kidding. I think that's like we don't want to lose our Chinese market. Yeah, it's the same way. It's like Hollywood will like they'll like if China doesn't like something, they'll take it out of a movie.
Right.
And that's like that's wild. It's like just if a country's got enough of a population, it's like you don't even have to live in that country to like have them fucking up your like. What's like. Right. You can't show a gay guy or something. I think they're homophobic over there. I don't know.
I don't think they like gay people over there.
Yeah.
But now they're really making it a huge problem with this one kid law because everyone just keeps the boys, and now everyone's trying to figure out whether boys are fucking other boys.
You gotta. That's a real catch-22 there. That's Yeah. No, well, they stopped doing that, right? Because they realized that. I was about the arrogance of, the hubris of man. That like I thought that during COVID when they locked down the economy and then anyone who was against it, they were like, oh, so you just want to bootlick their corporate boot wearing people or whatever.
You fucking fascists.
And it was like. Well, I'm guessing, and I don't know anything about economics, but like I'm guessing if you shut down the economy, it'll probably have an effect.
Right. It can't just not have an effect.
It's probably going to hurt me. I would argue probably more than it will hurt Jeff Bezos. I don't know. But like, even if it hurts him, it's going to hurt somebody. Like it's not.
Bezos is
like
fine.
We're not just doing this. Like the reason we go to work, it's not just because. And fuck the billionaires, and I'm down with all that. But it's like. That's not the only reason that we have like restaurants and stuff. Like, it is kind of the entire fucking world that you're talking about. Like
it is
and
also
that with like one child policy where it's like, oh, we got too many people. Just tell them they can only have one kid. No way that could have any knock-on effects. No way that couldn't possibly be the premise of a Twilight Zone episode. I'm sure this is going to go just smooth.
Everyone's
going
going
to
be
anytime it's just like doing like an extreme top-down thing like that. It's like fucking like, yeah, of course that's going to do something. Like,
well, and I don't think it was like a grandfather clause law. Like, I'm pretty sure once they decided that, they'd come back and get the back doing, right? They'd come back and get, if you had 3 kids, they come take 2 of them.
hey.
Like,
Well, they should get grandchildren in. I mean,
you're right.
yeah. No, that's it's not. I remember there's a Curb Your Enthusiasm with that, where Larry David was talking about it to Richard Lewis, where he's like, I always think this is obnoxious too on a comedy podcast to just be quoting an actual comedy, a professionally made comedy.
These other guys did it better, so watch us talk about
these
it.
other guys are. Well, because it's not even. I don't have anything to add to it. I'm just gonna be like. Yeah,
Wasn't that funny?
There's this funny thing on Curb Your Enthusiasm. There's a Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's pretty funny. It's oh, but he just says he's like well, what do they do if they have more than one kid? And then he's like they kill the kid. He's like, they kill the kid? And he's like, well, I don't know if they killed the kid, but they give him a good dressing down. Again, it's like I didn't need to say any of that. Just watch Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That funny thing we could have said, or that we just said, could have just been a plug for someone else's thing.
Well, I've seen there were comics, so it's like you reference popular culture on stage, but I've seen comics reference like,
Other
comedy.
comics.
Yeah, or like comedy movies or stuff, and I think that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
It's like, because then people are just thinking about, and they're like, yeah, why am I just not at home watching Old School right now if you're going to bring it up? Like,
Yeah, I've seen people at open mics reference someone's, like they'll go like, did y'all ever hear when Chris Rock did that one bit? Do his entire bit and then add
just keep
one
doing
tag.
black voice.
That wasn't black voice. Was it black
Yeah, but
voice?
see, that's what you did. And now you could. Here's your cover. You'd be like, no, that was a white man who was appropriating.
There, yes.
There you go.
There we go.
And,
And we do
that's,
hate them. I was being that. Yeah.
That's yeah. No, my girlfriend, because we got to do what do you guys think of this? Let's get the read on it. We have a room full of white men here.
There we go. That's all that matters,
When
apparently.
you're telling a story, do you, like if you're telling a story about like you're at 7-Eleven, something crazy happens, do you tell the races of the people in the story? Like the people involved in the story, will you mention their races when you're telling the story?
I want to say when it matters, but yeah, every time. Every time there was a white guy, black guy, Mexican guy over there. Mexican guy wasn't even a part. I'm everyone's race is known.
Which I found every comic I've asked this to, of all the races, I don't think I know any Polynesian comics, but other than them, every comic I've asked this about has said the same thing, which like, yeah, you mentioned the race, and or Tony said something that I thought was good. Where Tony said,
Compion, friend of the show,
yes,
love him.
great man,
Great guy.
great comic. Really
He's
funny.
his voice is like a rock polisher. But I love him dearly.
You know, Paxton. Usually, when someone mentions my voice, it's funny. But the problem is, you're not funny. It's not the best impression. But
It's pretty close.
give me a ride home. But
Spot on.
but he said about what he said when I was like, when you tell a story about like something, like do you mention the race of the people? He's like, yeah, of course, always. And I was like, yeah, I tend to too, because I think it's like you're painting a picture, and it's like, and we live in a racialized society, and maybe one day that will change. See, it sounds ominous if white men are saying that. Maybe one day that will change. If a black man says it, sounds hopeful. It's
Like you're saying it with a wink
All
in the
right,
back
fair
of your
enough.
head. You're like, don't worry, we're making sure it's not.
like we can, but if it's like, oh yeah, but he said that let's just talk like this. But he said, yeah, but then he thought about it more, and he was like, well, the thing is, we're both good at telling stories. He's like, the more I'm thinking about it, most people aren't good at telling stories. And he said, if you're not good at telling stories, you shouldn't mention the race. Because I've heard guys do that, where it just comes off weird. We're like, yeah, is that the fucking Walmart? This black guy comes in, And it's like, and it doesn't come back in the story. And it doesn't. And they're
doesn't
not
come
painting a
back up
picture. They're
whatsoever.
not like this black guy like looks like D'Angelo. Like there's no.
Right.
They're not painting a picture of like what the. It's like it's just like here are the teams that everyone was playing for.
Yeah,
And,
but with us, it's more like we're setting the scene of the interior. We're movie fans.
If it's and then it's somewhere. Oh yeah, but I was talking about this. My girlfriend doesn't care for me doing that when I'm telling stories. Like she was like, it just feels. She was like, it makes sense if it comes up. If it's to do with the story, then yeah,
Right.
it makes sense. But she's like, but if you're just telling a story about like you were at the store and something happened, it's like it doesn't. Right, and so then I stopped mentioning race when I would tell her stories, but then by the voices I would do, she would be able to tell every time. And
that's all she wanted at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Does she bring that up? She tell you not to do voices?
Yeah, she's like, so this is a black guy. And then I was like, well, the first guy, the second guy was Mexican. They sounded similar.
No, the first guy was mixed, so that doesn't count.
It's yeah, but it is. I don't know. I just think it paints the color of. I guess literally, but I don't know. But it's like if I'm interacting with a cop, let's say. It's like what race the cop is going to be like background of like if say I've never done this, but let's say I have an interaction with a cop and I tell the cop to fuck himself.
Right.
Okay, it's like if I'm telling that story, the race of the cop is relevant because it's like if I'm telling a white cop to fuck himself, it's not going to be in the back of that white cop's head whenever he reacts to me of like, it's just going to be like, oh, I'm a fucking cop. You think you can talk to me that way?
Yeah.
Where it's like if it's a black cop and I tell him to fuck himself, it's not just going to be like I'm a cop. It's going to be like,
You're a cop
because
and
I'm black.
Yeah.
Because I'm black, he thinks he can talk to me. I'm a fucking cop, and he's going to talk to me like this because I'm black. There's going to be like reasonably. There's going to be like you got to have theory of mind, where it's like, and if you're telling a story, it's like that's going to be a totally different context. That's why I think it makes sense. And a lot of times it just adds color to a story. It's like
Literally.
Like, I don't, yeah.
But
It's
no,
like, or somebody you mention the age of people in the story. Like I'll be like, yeah, there's this old white guy behind the counter, and then this 20-something Hispanic dude says to this Korean woman that like, hey, are we gonna get this photo shoot started for this college brochure or what? Because I said a bunch of different races. The college brochures. Hey, come on, folks. Yeah. But,
it's probably something that I could stop doing, and my stories don't lose any effect that they had.
Because you never hang out with black people.
Everyone knows.
Do I mention the race? Yes, every time. It's the same one. So I was talking to this white guy, and then this other white guy says to me, like, hey, how you doing with the... See, that's how few... I don't even know what white people talk about. I'm just fucking United Nations of Hangouts is what I am.
But no, yeah, like that's something that's always like, as much as this is a stupid thought in my head, I feel like when I say that, it gives more, not even oomph to the story, but like you're going to be able to see what I saw. And that's how I'm dumb. I need to be able to see that's why I don't read.
Or it's like if I'm telling you a story where anyone involved in the story looks remotely like a celebrity or public figure, I'm not going to say this older white guy came up to me and I said, I'm going to say like this fucking Paul Giamatti looking guy comes up.
Yeah.
It's like it's going to be that every time. It's
Yeah.
like it's going because it's like it colors that. It's like now there's a picture in your head, and it's like it's the same with with where it's like if they don't look like a celebrity, whoever it was.
Well, so going back to what I was saying, we are constantly working on how we're putting what we're saying out into the world and the economy of words. So we're trying to not repeat words, so we have to use new words. So we need to use colorful words, like literal color, words about color in this scenario, right? So you're just trying to build details to a story without saying the same thing over again. Like, this is a fight that I have with Kylie all the time, where I'm hanging out with people like you all the time, people that are trying to be and or are comics. People who are trying to be funny and make sure everything they say is a funny thing. And if they're not always trying to do that, they're trying to at least trim the fat of most things that they say. Whereas my girlfriend is a waitress, and the people that she hangs around with, I don't want to talk to because they've never had anyone say like, "Hey, that's a shitty story. Shut up." Like regular people don't get bored of each other, I guess.
I think they do. I don't. I feel like a lot of the funniest people I know are not comics. I mean,
but are they funny like the way they? Not the way they speak. Are they funny in the things that they say, or are they funny in the things that they do? Because there are people that are.
I'm saying like intentionally funny, saying a thing to be funny, funny people.
Oh
yeah,
shit! I just lost my audio, but I just kicked my thing out. We'll figure it out.
I mean, there's also the other version of it that.
What's the other version?
Well, what you're talking about of like someone who it's like they're not trying to be funny, but then they're just like by the nature of their character. It's just like by the nature of like them being themselves. It's just like they say the most hilarious thing and they're not trying like.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. I was working a job once and it was a. You know what? I'll tell you off here. I don't even know how many eyeballs are gonna, but
probably like 7.
It's
but
incriminating enough of a person. That, it's a guy I worked with who said one of the funniest things ever, and he had no idea that he was.
Well, but even when like you have one of these people that is just off the cuff, doesn't have to try, just lackadaisically hilarious. He might not have to try to say
or
they. They are funny.
They are.
Oh fuck! What was the point I was making?
But like, choose company, non-binary is a crowd. It's they, them, folks.
Oh fuck! I had it again and lost it again. What were we just talking about? Oh, but people that are like naturally don't have to try to be funny. They still have to like. They're trying to get what their funny thing they're about to say out is.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is what you were. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we've trailed off.
Like you got there's people who I know who like make me laugh, but they're being dead serious.
Right.
And then there's people I know who are just like funny, where it's like they're intentionally saying funny things and those things are funny. But it's like I've known people who I don't think one word that has ever come out of their mouth wasn't like dead serious, who are fucking hilarious.
Right.
That's a lot of the funniest people you encounter in life is we're just I'll tell you. Okay, so I won't give too much context, but so I worked with a guy once where it was we were setting up a thing. It was a trade job. That's all I'll say.
Gotcha.
So we were setting up.
Buddy, we knew by looking at you, you work trade.
Not well, and not often. I get trade jobs occasionally from like people who are real men who like put in a word for me and then
giving you a shot.
Yeah, and then I show up and then drop wrenches on people's feet. And
I'll just go grab coffee.
Yeah, no, I sound like Mel Gibson circa 2004 whenever I'm working a trade job. I'm like, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to. Honestly, I don't remember.
She took my fucking Lakers tickets.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, not those tapes. I'm not. I wish I could command that much respect on a fucking job site. I deserve to be blown first before we put the fucking sink in. I don't know. But it was, it was at like an event where they had bathrooms that we were installing for. It was like separate bathrooms from the regular bathrooms, and one of the guys asked, "Wait, so who are these for? Like, why are we putting these? Because they're kind of like mobile bathroom units." And then the guy was like, "Oh, those are for the." Those are for the Asperger's kids." And then the guy's like, "Well, what's Asperger's?" And then the guy says, "Oh, Asperger's, it's a sort of," and then I was literally about to say autistic because I thought that's what he was reaching for. And right as I'm about to say autistic, he goes, it's a type of mongoloid." And he's not trying to be funny.
That did at one point used to be the word they used.
And he's an older guy. And it's, no, my mom has used that. It's like she's thinking it was the polite thing to. Yeah, it's just people come from a different time and they. You don't update yourself on the words every.
Jeff Dye's got a bit about that. Do you know who he is? Younger rising to fame comic. He's got a joke about like the lineage of a kind of like what we were talking about with ghosts earlier. Yeah. Like, do they grow as people? Like just watching generations grow as people, because like they used to call mentally challenged people mongoloids,
right?
And now at a certain point they switched that down the line, and then they got to mentally challenged, and now we're at a point where mentally challenged.
Yeah, it's funny you had to skip the one that the R or no, we said it earlier.
Well, yeah, so, I didn't have to skip it. I just did, but it went from mongoloid to retarded to right. Which this is another thing. Is it just me, or does retard sound worse than retarded?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got sharper edges on it.
It's a rounder word. Yeah, that's used. I don't know, but yeah, it went from mongoloid to like. You're
kind of saying categorically that about a person. Yeah, it's harsher. It's like
right. You're saying. When I hear that word, I feel like you're actually saying that person is someone with mental faculty problems, and you're making fun of them at the same time. Whereas, if I call someone retarded, you're my friend, and I'm making fun of your mental faculty problems. But as my friend.
Right.
Like, you're retarded. Yeah. I'm retarded. Yeah, I'd never ever think to call
coming
you.
on this show.
You're not wrong.
Right.
This was a waste of your time. I'll give you some money on the way.
I mean, I won't argue with that. I'm having a good time. But.
No, it's fun. But
got this thing.
No, the Jeff Dye bit goes like, what's gonna happen next? Or like, when our kids, are they gonna get mad at me when I call them an ice cream enthusiast? And like that, as much as that was just rough, it made me fucking laugh. It's like just all these words. Like mongoloid used to be. He said that around someone in his family, and he's like, "What are you, a fucking you gay? Why are you saying mongoloid? We call them fucking this or whatever piece of shit." And each phrase or each phase of life, they try and get better, and then that better.
Wait, so that was the PC guy correcting someone like 100 years ago? Was like. Calling him a mongoloid? What are you, a fag? Like that's what a PC person was like in the like 1890s?
No, he's PC because he's saying mongoloid rather than the word that they said at the time.
Oh yeah, yeah. We call them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. In fact, before mongoloid,
you think of it because there was people like chiding people about, but like that's all through history. Is like you shouldn't say that. And so it's like there was a time where it's like, yeah, it sounds like I'm just doing what his bit was. Wait, is that the bit? Is it that like there was a time where someone was like, what's wrong with you? I called him a mongoloid. You sound like a
yeah. So the bit is really like coming back more from a standpoint like with his mom, because like he's talking to his mom. His mom calls them. No, she didn't call him retarded. Maybe she calls him like.
I mean, we're doing the same thing as I was with the Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Right. Yeah, we're doing the same thing over again. But basically, she calls him like Downs, and he goes, "Mom, don't fucking call him Downs, Jesus." And the mom goes, "What? My mom used to call him retards." Right. And I don't say that. I just call them Downs because that was what was okay when I was a kid. And you're like, yeah, Mom, you can't call him Downs. Jesus Christ, you got to call him mentally challenged. And then he's like, oh, you just know in a couple years I'm going to have a kid and I'm going to say mentally challenged. He's like, oh, God, Dad, it's not mentally challenged. It's ice cream enthusiasts or, yeah.
Or a Jeff Dye fan.
Yeah. He really I liked him at first, and now he's just really become one of these gut-filled guys.
Yeah, it's just the anti-PC people have become like more annoying than the PC people to me now.
It's very anti-PC how they're going about we need all of no, excuse me. The way these I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just. They've switched sides again. Every fucking time there's a new switch.
Now the right are trying to censor shit and it just flips back and forth.
Yeah, it's just a never-ending.
I do think it's just like I do kind of like it because it's like I've always considered myself like kind of liberal, left to center. But then when like the liberals were getting really annoying with stuff, I was like, fuck, Jesus, why do I find I keep upsetting my liberal friends and what is it? Like, am I fucking conservative?
Right.
And then with like Trump doing all this crazy shit, and then like fucking them, like fucking.
And now he's
people talking
fucking
about
Bill
Palestine.
Clinton or a horse, and no one really knows.
Well, I almost like it in a sick way. I mean, it's just me being a self-involved fuck, where I'm like, oh, this is more comfortable for my like internal sense of myself. Like, oh, I get to hate Republicans again. This is great. It's much more comfortable for me. I came of age during the Bush years, so I've been calling the Republicans Nazis way before they were trying to prove it this hard.
Right.
It's like Bush would be like, no child left behind, and I'd be like, oh, because fucking hate black people. Fuck you. Fuck you, Bush. Not my president.
Bush doesn't care about black people. Just really
he was right
making
about. Well, that was part of what annoyed me with when people start talking about Trump being a racist and stuff. I was just like, well, you just haven't paid attention to politics. It's not where they're like, this is unfounded. A Republican politician is saying racist things. It's
you're
like,
getting up in arms about it now.
It's fucking Willie Horton in the 90s.
Right. It's one of the few things the Republican Party runs off of.
But Democrats were doing
Low
that too, where
taxes.
Democrat, it was Willie Horton. That was, you know about Willie Horton?
No, I don't.
So it was Dukakis running against Bush Sr., if I remember right.
I think so.
Dukakis had been, I think, governor of Massachusetts, and he had done like a kind of amnesty program where they were like basically releasing people from prison earlier.
Gotcha.
And so then
was that based in like they got drug charges and now things?
Some of it was that, I don't know what this
or was it just
particular
like an
case.
all around, like a broad?
It was
like,
a lot of different, but basically just trying to, like, we've locked up too many people and we're locking up too many people, and we should try to, which I think is a general principle is good. You want to lock up less people, I think.
Yeah.
But
or not like Texas where we just take everyone's prisoners.
Yeah. It's fucking like, you're going to let that guy out of prison? No, we'll finish that.
Yeah, come on.
It's like trying to get a hold of someone's leftovers. Like, are you going to eat that? Are you going to incarcerate that person for the rest of their lives for a minor drug charge?
It's like a clown.
Is that
car.
person in for a nonviolent crime? You're not going to incarcerate them? We'll do it.
A prison's warden is more like the manager of a clown car. Where you're like, come on, you can fit more in there. Come on, this is supposed to be a show.
Yeah, it's we live in a hellscape.
Yeah.
But then Dukakis, he's like, so he like released a bunch of people. So then they just poured through the books to find somebody who committed a vicious crime after they were released, which is going to happen. That's just guaranteed. You're talking about big enough numbers, which I guess is the argument against it.
Right.
But it's like, well, fucking lock everybody up, and then we don't have to worry about anybody hurting anybody. You know?
Yeah, it's
but
the same thing with the, like, probably like 6 months ago now, that guy that set that lady on fire on the New York subway, and it just so happened that he turned out to be an immigrant that got here and was a violent criminal over there, and they missed him or whatever. And you're like, see, there's proof. And you're like, well, when you look hard enough, you're going
to find.
Yeah, you scroll through thousands of records, you're going to find an anomaly in the sequence. Yeah. That's just how math works.
It's like occasionally, it's like there are like, dishonest Wall Street people or politicians or something. But it's like, that's not representative of the group. You know?
No.
It's like.
No, yeah, I mean,
but so Willie Horton was, they poured through and they found this black guy who, and everyone much does relate to the story, I think. I think my girlfriend would approve of me mentioning Willie Horton's race, discussing that. But they found this guy, Willie Horton, who, after he was released, and I don't know what he was in on, but he ended up stabbing I believe, a white woman to death. And so then, and it was the Democrats, when they were Dukakis in the primaries, the other Democrat running against them, I don't remember who that was, but they were putting that all over the place. If they just found the scariest looking picture, it's like Willie Horton, like, and then they're like, Willie Horton, he could be in your neighborhood. Is this the kind of man? And just like closing in on his black face, and just like, Willie Horton.
Jesus.
And just like going into detail about like what he did and all this. And so then that was the fucking Democrats did that to run against another Democrat. And then once the general election came up, then the Bush team was like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Let's do that."
Just keep running smear campaigns.
So they just Xeroxed the picture they had to make him look even darker.
God damn.
They're like, "Look at that, Willie Horton. He's gonna kill your kids." And it's like that's every bit as racist as anything Trump was doing when he was running.
You made this guy Al Jolson more than he.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's not a defense of Trump. I think Trump's horrible. But it's just like people being like, "Oh, this is." Or like whenever people would say like, "Oh, it makes you miss Bush," I'm like, "Fucking know it." I fucking
no president
like,
has ever
getting forcibly fingered in the ass makes you miss getting forcibly fingered in the mouth. I don't know. It's like no, I don't know. They're both pretty
Well,
bad.
he's the lesser of two evils. You're like, well, can we just finally pick someone that's not an evil?
Yeah,
There's got to be one that's doing all that shit.
That'd be good.
Yeah, it was like I grew up with a different upbringing. Like my mom was very Republican, conservative leaning. My dad is very liberal or Democratic liberal leaning on both ends of the spectrum.
I feel like this is just you pitching your sitcom idea to CBS or something.
If anyone wants to pick it up.
My dad, super liberal guy, but my mom is a staunch conservative. So imagine,
Imagine
the
my
kind
surprise.
of chaos that ensues when that's.
No, well, there wasn't a whole lot of chaos. Thankfully, it just nailed me right into a little bit of sanity in finding libertarianisms. It's just basically
There's
the
some
whole
good
frontal
stuff in
point.
that, yeah.
Just like, hey, both
There's
sides
also
are pretty
some kooky
fucked on
stuff,
both
yeah.
sides. There's good on both, but, just pick your own shit.
Well, I do like the libertarians for just at least. I think they tend to get like the locking people up thing, right? Where they tend to be like just let people do what they want, which is
Let people do what they
there's
want.
kind of a
unless they're
libertarian
violent.
wing of both parties, and I think that tends to be the.
Well,
Right.
yeah, that's the problem. Is you have to be an extremist to get amassed through the group of people. You gotta, what is it? You gotta beat out 5 Republicans at like the final stage to get into the running to be like the last Republican.
Right.
Shouldn't it just kind of be an all together thing? You're like, let's just pick off of 20 people and make people do research again.
Now the $6 million bigot. I don't know. We can make him more uncomfortable around trans people. We have the technology. That's
We can make him more comfortable with just dropping racially charged things in a presidential matter.
like if we just came together as a country, because I think that's basically it. It's like we just need to learn how to live with each other. So it's like if we're like, here's the deal: we're gonna give every kid when they graduate 5th grade a gun and a morning after pill. And we're gonna because that's basically what it comes down. I think those two issues really more than anything sum it up of if the left could just learn that half the country fucking loves guns and they have a fun time with them.
Yeah.
They enjoy them. And
there's a history where guns were important. Now, not so much, but there is a history of it.
But it's so let them have the guns. Well, I also think too, it's a problem with Trump going as crazy as he is fucking no left wingers have guns. That's not entirely true. I know for a number of, but it's kind of where people are he's a Nazi, he's a fascist, and that's why we need to take all the way the guns from everybody. Well, what?
That's the definition.
Like you would want if and it looks like it might be going that way. I'm fucking terrified of what Trump's doing, but it's right. And it's not me saying I should not have a gun. I'm too sad. I wouldn't be a danger to anyone else, but I would.
You'd be a danger to the putty
I don't
plaster
even know if
guy
this
that's
is
coming
my,
in.
Yeah, there you go. I don't even know if this is my joke. I can't own a gun because it might be mine. It might be someone. I can't own a gun because I like the way they taste too much. So I don't know if that's my joke. I can't remember. I might have just heard that somewhere.
I had something like that at one point. You're like, oh, come on. Don't act like I'm the only person in this room that a gun barrel tastes like nickel.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Good stuff. There's guns. But,
some suicide
but it's
humor.
like guns and abortion. I feel like are kind of the two things where it's just fucking. We got to leave each other alone. It's just let someone kill the fetus and let someone kill their teacher. It's cool.
It's the biggest thing right
both
now.
Things matter.
But it's the biggest thing right now. But I feel like if we alleviate those things, we'll just find 2 more things. I don't think it's a problem of these 2 things or these 8 things or however many things are our problems. I think it's just our problem is we're going to make everyone deal with our problem.
I think those 2 things, though, are the most indicative of kind of the intolerance of the other worldview, where it's
one does highlight each other. Well, not highlight each other, but one does highlight this side, one does highlight that side.
And then I don't like guns, or me personally, I don't like guns. I don't want a gun. And it's but then it's well, yeah, so I won't get one. And you don't like abortion, well, then don't get one.
Right.
Now with the guns, people be like, well, yeah, but if someone else has a gun, and then they come and kill me, and then it's yeah, but come on.
But if they're gonna do that, they're gonna do that.
You might get shot.
Yeah.
Right.
I've always had the same.
So we get to feel cooler than Europeans whenever they come around, where they're like, America's stupid, and so it's yeah, but we make all the good movies because if you're trying to make a cool fucking action movie, it's gonna be
y'all come to us for all of the entertainment.
Oh, that'd be great if it was an action movie where it's just stabbing, just like a Harrison Ford is just running around stabbing all the. Or like Vin Diesel just stabbing guys.
It'd be a lot slower
There's
movie.
no, yeah. Or just the henchmen
shorter.
keep running up and you just keep stabbing them.
It would
That's
be
what European action movies are. It's just stabbings.
all the
It's
time.
just- that's how they kill people over there, right? That's my understanding.
I
just
guess that's. From what I understand, that's all they have is like shanks and shivs and knives. And like it's the same argument I've always had with like, I don't know. I went to college in a country town. And that was when I don't have a car for most of the time. I'm in the childhood town that I grew up in. But then I get to a place. I go to a country town when I'm first getting to have a car, and it's one of those country towns where like if you don't lock your door, it's not the biggest problem in the world, like to your car or something.
Yeah, I do that here. I don't like the door to my car.
Yeah, I don't either. At the time, I didn't have anything worth stealing,
That's
but
what I'm saying.
also,
You just don't have and my car's just like got enough damage on it that it's like.
and if someone really wanted to get into my locked car, they'll find a way.
Yeah, or that's my friend kind of talking where he said that he never locks his car because he said you're just asking for broken windows. It's
Yeah.
like if someone's it's like then they're gonna bust your window, which is like
There's a lot more just like kids being shitty kids and just walking through like. I never did this, but I could have so easily been a kid that just walked through like a city and just opened or like jangled on door handles until one opened and stole change out of the center console. I was a punk. I could have done any of that. But yeah, he's right. You break a window and then you just you're asking to at least just have that. And if they want to steal the car, they already probably know how to break a window and do the wiring. So what's stopping them?
You say that same, but your crimes just keep escalating. You're like, I was that kind of kid. I never did it, but I could have been walking around in the neighborhood, trying doorknobs. Come inside, make sure that the man of the house isn't armed. Take control of the house, tie all of them up, start ritually executing them in front of their children, and say,
If he wanted to, he could.
This is what the world is. This is what I was that kind of kid. I was a rambunctious.
I was a rapscallion, to say the least.
I was because they weren't good at diagnosing ADD back then. It was, they didn't have the diagnostics they do now.
Well, buddy, this has been very fun. I love having you on, Tom. We got to have you on again here pretty soon. But for the people at home, if they're still watching an hour and 50 minutes in, will you go ahead and plug up your social media? And this episode comes out Wednesday, so if you have any shows coming up that you want people to come out to.
Wednesday. I think I'm on a show on Wednesday.
Nice. Well, this will be out in the middle of the day, so we can please come out to Tom's show that he's going to find here in a second. It's going to be Wednesday, the 29th, I believe. Nope, that's not true. Wednesday, the 26th.
Wait, so, 26th, I'm at, I'm at Victor's Restaurant and Bar, I believe in Oak Cliff.
Nice. Y'all come out to Oak Cliff and come check that out.
It'll be 7 p.m. And then the 29th, was that Saturday, I think?
Yes.
Yeah. And Saturday the 29th, I'm at Carpe Diem, downtown Dallas.
Oh, nice. Well, that'll be fun.
So, yeah.
And then your Instagram handle, if anyone wants to follow you on
Tom Murphy Comedy. It's I think there's an @ symbol at the beginning. At Tom Murphy Comedy on Instagram.com. And it's more like a visual website. There's like a lot of pictures, videos.
There are, yeah. You're nailing it.
I don't have many videos, but I've got pictures. And then you can follow me. If you follow me, it'll show you things that I post, and you'll be able to see them. You can see me.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it did that. Curb Your Enthusiasm on HBO Max. You can also get, if you subscribe to HBO Max through the Amazon Prime, you can get it that way. Do we got Jeff Dye's socials? We need to... Yeah, I'll drop it right here.
Okay, yeah, we'll post him in the,
Who else?
I think he's touring.
Who other creative people did we mention and play off of?
Yeah. And then The Gangs of New Orleans.
There you go.
You can follow them on
What was the guy that you said his face got Xeroxed? Milton? No,
Willie Horton.
Willie Horton.
Yeah,
Horton?
I think he's off of social media now.
Okay. All right.
And it's Dukakis, Michael Dukakis.
Right. Trump.
I'm
all of
pretty sure
them.
he's dead.
And other than that, you can follow me at pbailey_comedy and Dingbat District Pod on Instagram and TikTok. We post a new episode every Wednesday, new clips all the time on YouTube Shorts and TikTok and Instagram, so make sure you follow there. Other than that, thank you for watching another episode. Bye.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, it's fun.